A research says if your first impression is bad, you will need 7 more positive impressions to overcome that bad impression that you made the first time. So imagine when an author pens down their opinion, how important is the introductory statement or the first 2 introductory lines? Not just that, the concluding statement is also equally important. And that is why one of the tips while preparing for aptitude test is to focus on the first line and the last line. Now I give you a passage. Focus on the first line and the last line and tell me which option you choose as your answer. You have 30 seconds, let's say. I'm going to go away from the screen, assuming you're reading, you pause the video, you're reading the passage. I'll come back and check with you your answer. So that's the passage. In a free country, the man who reaches the position of a leader is usually one of outstanding character and ability. First line. And it has the word usually. So at this point, can you think of an exception to this usual phenomena? If you can, you have learned the skill of anticipating the question or the direction of that passage. Second line, moreover, it's usually possible to foresee. Poot ke paav palne mein hi dikh jate hain. Moreover, it's usually possible to foresee that he'll reach such a position since early in life one can see his qualities of character. 2 lines in the favor of who can become a leader. Usually. Last line only suggesting a contradiction. But because the contradiction is in the last line, so it's a very important indicator of what's going to be the theme or the focus of the passage. Now let's read out the last line. But this is not always true in case of a dictator. Often, look at the choice of words here. Often, not always, often. He reaches, often followed by a semicolon. Sometimes punctuation also give a very important indication. He reaches his position of power through chance. Semicolon creates a huge pause or a bigger pause than other pauses like a simple comma. Hyphen also gives an important pause. And when somebody pauses in their speech, that's an indicator of what's going to be the main point from that speaker. Like I paused here. Often he reaches his position of power through chance. Very often, very often through the unhappy state of his country. At this point, I'd like to bring your focus back to the fact that first lines and last lines are important. Plus, if there is a contradiction with the use of words but, however, yet, that's also an important indicator. In this passage here, but and the last line together makes it very strong. Plus, what makes this part very strong is also availability of a word that gets repeated in other words. Unhappy, despair. Dictatorship, dictator. A leader foresees his future position. No, people who see that leader being born may foresee. A leader is chosen only by a free country, only narrows the scope. Must see that his country is free from despair. Good option. However, not as logically derived as is the last option, going by the tips and tricks that we apply when doing CSAT passages. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, you can write a thank you note in the comment section. If you want to discuss it more, you can write what you want to discuss more about this passage. Good luck.